You have big dreams, you want to be successful and live the life you've always imagined, but there's one big problem: you're stuck. You know what you need to do, but you can't seem to start. This leads to guilt, frustration, and finally, giving up. Another year passes and your goals stay the same. As Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. So, how can you break this cycle and finally start? Let me tell you a quick story. There was a young artist named Sara. She had incredible talent and dreamed of creating a masterpiece that would be admired for generations. But every day she found herself scrolling on her phone, watching videos and telling herself, "I'll start tomorrow." Days turned into months, and the blank canvas on her easel became a reminder of all the time she'd lost. She felt stuck, frustrated, and overwhelmed. Sara's problem wasn't a lack of talent or ambition, it was something called inertia. In physics, inertia means objects that are not moving stay still, and objects that are moving keep going unless something changes them. This happens to us too. When we think about starting a big task, it feels hard. Instead of doing it, we look for easier things like checking social media or watching videos. These things feel good for a short time, but they only make the problem worse. Sara realized she needed to do something different. Now let's think of another example. John, a busy office worker, wanted to get fit. He bought a gym membership, new workout clothes, and set ambitious goals. But every evening after work, he found himself exhausted and watching TV instead. Days turned into weeks, and John felt like a failure for not sticking to his plan. His problem wasn't motivation, it was taking the first small step. To fix this, you don't have to do everything at once. You just need to take the first small step. Here are 2 easy ways that helped Sara and John. First, make it smaller. Sara stopped telling herself, "I need to paint my masterpiece." Instead, she said, "I will sketch for 5 minutes." This felt much easier to start. Once she began, she often found herself painting for an hour without even noticing. Breaking the task into smaller steps made it feel manageable. For John, instead of thinking, "I need to do a full hour-long workout," he decided, "I'll put on my workout clothes and stretch for 5 minutes." Once he started moving, it felt natural to keep going. Some days he worked out for 30 minutes, other days just 10, but he felt proud for showing up. Second, the 2-minute rule. Sara also tried the 2-minute rule. She told herself, "I'll just organize my paints for 2 minutes." Most of the time, she kept going. Why? Because, as Isaac Newton said, an object in motion stays in motion. John applied the same rule. He told himself, "I'll go to the gym and stay for just 2 minutes." By lowering the pressure, he often stayed longer and enjoyed the process. Once you start, the hardest part is over. You'll feel motivated to keep going. Both Sara and John turned small steps into meaningful progress because they broke the cycle of procrastination. Momentum is like a secret weapon. Once you get moving, the work feels easier and you build confidence. It's like pushing a ball uphill. At first it's hard, but once you reach the top, the ball starts rolling by itself. You can use this for anything in your life: going to the gym, working on a project, or even building relationships. As Martin Luther King Jr. said, "You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step." Next time you feel stuck, remember Sara's and John's stories. Start small and take one step. Once you've started, momentum will help you keep going. You have the power to break free from procrastination and become the person you dream of being. Start today. Take that first small step.